Hey guys, welcome to day two. Why what is SQL and why every data engineer must learn SQL? In episode one, we have seen few details of what structured query language is, but now in this dedicated video, let us understand what structured query language is all about and why every data engineer must learn it. We compared Excel sheets to databases in the last video, but knowing that data lives in table is just the start. SQL is the language of data. This is what we call the language of data. Structured query language is the standard language to communicate with databases. It is it's not just about writing a long step instruction like you would do in programming language. Instead, you do simply tell the database what you want and it figures out how to get that. So it's a declarative syntax. Everything is declarative. Okay. So for example, let's say an HR of a company asks who are the employees in the finance department. Which employees joined this year? What is the highest salary of IT? All these questions can be answered by running an appropriate SQL query. Now, why it matters for data engineer is as what is the job of a data engineer? I already explained. The job of data engineer is to get the data from multiple sources, do the transformation, design the pipeline, clean messy data set and prepare it and get it ready for the analyst and data scientist, correct? So this is the job, getting from multiple sources, transformation, cleaning, and then finally getting it to right audience, which is analyst, machine learning, data scientist, and all, correct? So that is a job of a data engineer. They bridge this gap, correct? So for that they definitely have to create tables. For that they definitely have to perform a lot of transformation, and for that they definitely had to validate. So all these actions are then performed by SQL, as SQL is the language of data. Even advanced platforms like Spark, Snowflake, and BigQuery, all the data processing platform are built in and around SQL. So if you understand the core of everything, that is SQL, if your mindset is ready, if you are prepared to think the way structured query language works, then all these big platform, which is Spark, Snowflake, BigQuery, everything, Redshift, everything is designed around SQL, correct? Around the SQL way of thinking, and that's why companies expect every data engineer to know complete SQL. Even in the interviews also we check whether that person is having a sufficient knowledge of SQL or not. Another important thing which I want to talk about SQL is the power of simplicity. Let's say someone has asked you that who all are the employees who are earning more than 70,000, and you have an Excel in front of you. What you would have to do, you would have to apply a lot of filters, you would have to scroll down and then go and check what is the number. But in SQL you can simply write a query and you would be able to know that what are the what are the employees that are earning greater than 70,000. This is quite simple. If you want, like I may or may not be able to show you directly, but let us try it out. Select star from, I already have few tables which are created. Let me take my table dot company dot employees. I've created this database where salary is greater than 70,000, correct? Let me simply run this. My cluster might not be on, so it will take a while. Let's see. It should be quick. Okay. So instead of doing that entire scrolling on the Excel, I could just simply get the answer in just one line of a statement. Correct. So these are like four employees I got from my out of 10 maybe, because that's a sample data set I created for this entire series. So you could simply see, right? You could very easily get the number of employees who are having salaries greater than 70,000. Similarly, you can put like any kind of condition. So what my point is, no, first of all, as a data engineer, you must know SQL. SQL is must. SQL way of thinking or mindset is essential to learn all these big frameworks. Even to write a right kind of ETL on Spark, you need to no SQL way of processing it. So I always say, don't learn SQL, learn SQL mindset along with it. Correct? So it's more than just queries, right? So some people say that SQL is just a querying language, but it's not like that. It's also worth noting that SQL is not just asking question. It lets you define rules, insert data that we'll see in upcoming videos, updating existing information, and even control who can access that. It manages the full life cycle of a structured data. It manages the complete life cycle. So when someone says SQL is just about querying, that's not the full story. For a data engineer, SQL is about building trust in the data. As a closing thought, if data are the backbone of modern data world, SQL is the language that keeps them alive. It's how you describe data, how you shape it, and how you deliver it to others. For a fresher, data engineering, SQL is not just another skill on the resume, it's the first real tool that you will wield. And once you get comfortable with it, your journey to become an amazing data engineer will be smooth. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks.